Welcome to the Busy Guy Show. My name is Vince LoCascio, and I'm a busy guy. I wanted to first give a big thank you to Mark Radabaugh for getting me back to do a production of a show. And welcome back again, Carlo Revolution Music, Elmhurst, Illinois, Oliveri.
What's up, Vinny? How you doing?
Good.
Always a pleasure.
Nice to get back into it. A lot of people are doing shows now. You know, I've been doing it for about 10 years. People got shows on their phones now and all that, so we're getting back in the game.
Yeah, well, it's always good to be here. You know, I love the show. First one was fun.
It was. It had at least 2 hits. I was going to say 2 million.
Two's better than nothing, right?
Last show we talked quite a bit about guitars. A big part of your business is vinyl now. So tell me about how you got into vinyl and what memories you have of buying it.
Yeah, so we originally started selling primarily guitars and repairs, and then about 4 years ago, brought the vinyl in, just because I saw kind of a trend. I mean, vinyl's been around forever, but the past few years especially, there's been a huge increase in sales. I think it outsold digital a couple of years in a row. So, and I love it. So we said, hey, let's bring some vinyl in, and it's kind of expanding, and now we're full-blown record store, music store, CDs.
You think it got to come back because of the quality of the sound, or because kids, want old school stuff?
Yeah, I think it's a good combination of all that. You're going to get, the kids kind of getting new to it. They're not familiar with the format, and they think it's kind of neat. And then you're going to have, people like us that just kind of grew up with it, and now you're able to go out and find one of your favorite records that, you had growing up. Something about going to a record store and just digging through the crates. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things.
Do you see your clientele more, maybe a little bit of both, of the younger kids and the older people?
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely mixed. I think having records and guitars, it kind of mixes it up for people that are not musicians. Kind of come in here and pick up a record or two and talk shop. It's great. Works really well with the concept, and we're excited for the future of it.
I know a big part of the reason, I think, for guys my age, yours, is when you used to get an album, first off, it was just something, piece of art.
Absolutely.
And it was something you could bring home, you could look at it. Then they came out with cassettes, and then CDs, you couldn't even get them open.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that. You said, "Oh, CDs will never scratch."
Remember when CDs were coming at big box?
Laser discs.
Well, then it was like,
yeah, the holder.
85% box, and you got that little CD in the top. I was like, what the heck? The sound on CDs though is fantastic, and we carry CDs as well. But I do agree. And then from CDs they went to digital, and now you don't even get anything in your hand at this point.
Yeah.
In your hands, So.
Plus, another thing I believe that's going on is where it used to be an album, almost like an opera. Example, Sgt. Pepper,
Absolutely.
White Album. You knew what song was coming next, like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Great album.
How do you listen to one song? You can't. It's got to be the whole thing. But like you said, now they buy singles and they buy them digitally. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of interesting how, technology-wise and business-wise, how that has changed.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. Singles have been around forever, obviously, with the 45s and all that stuff like that.
Do you sell any 45s?
Not really. We've got a few 45s. Primarily, we're the 12-inch records. And I do agree with you. I mean, for me, having an album in your hand, and you got the album cover, the liner notes inside, it's just something about it. It's really cool. It really brings you in. Gatefold albums that open up.
Yeah, some of the albums that one that comes to mind that was kind of what do you call it, trend starting was Sgt. Pepper. Because first it was a double album and opened up. I don't know if it was the first one that opened up like that, but it had the lyrics on the cover.
Right.
And they put a couple of small posters in there.
Yeah, that's a great album. We had a copy here somewhere. I'm looking for it. But yeah, that and then obviously Frank Zappa's. I was just reading about that today. I think today is the anniversary of We're Only in It for the Money. His kind of spoof of Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh yeah, you had told me that one time.
So I think it came out today in 1960. when did Peppers come out?
68, I believe.
Okay, so I think Zappa's album came out right around the same
67.
time, or 69, 68 or 69. So, but that was cool because he, I don't know if you saw the new documentary that came out, but he talks about how he had to get the Beatles' permission to kind of, to spoof it. And, him calling Paul, asking about lawyers, and Paul's saying, hey, man, why, talk about that kind of stuff when we're supposed to be rock stars. But at the end of the day, it happened. It's a cool album. Jimi Hendrix is on Frank Zappa's.
Is he?
Yeah, man, it's really.
You don't have a copy?
No, I don't have one here. The Zappa stuff moves.
I wanted to ask you because the younger age that you are, you're probably like 5 years old when that was out. But how did you get into Frank Zappa?
Oh, you know what? My first exposure to Frank Zappa was a friend of mine growing up, Tom. His kind of raiding his parents' record collection. And,
Which a lot. Go ahead.
You just throw it on. You throw a record on or whatever. I mean, I had my own records, but that's what he kind of just. But he wasn't like, hey, check this out. This is the greatest thing in the world. It was kind of we were making fun of it. It was his first album, I think, like Freak Out, because that one is I don't know if you're familiar with it, but kind of Zappa stuff can get out there.
Freak Out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not Frank. That's not Frank Zappa.
That's a different Frank.
All right.
But yeah, so that was my introduction. But then I got into it later on. I mean, how can you not? He's a Sicilian guitar player. He's Paisan, right?
Is he?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And he got some good stuff.
Or as Johnny Carson would say, I did not know that. You know what else you find out too is a lot of people, when the younger people that are into older stuff, you find out that they'll say that's what my parents listened to.
Right.
But then I get the age difference thing. I'll ask somebody, hey, you like Bruce Springsteen? No, but my dad does. Or, you like Neil Diamond? No, but my grandma does.
Well, that's the cool thing about vinyl, right? You get the stuff that was already pressed back in the day, you can still find. And now all the new stuff is coming out, being pressed, which that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
It
did this. The sales went up.
Yeah. So now, like, Harry Styles is pressing vinyl, and, anything that comes out new is being pressed. Which actually, I want to talk about some stuff that I have here that just came out.
Let's go to that.
Speaking of
and
the
now
Beatles,
we're from our sponsor.
That's right. Well, I wish I was Paul McCartney's new album. We got that on vinyl. We were talking about it. You said
It's called McCartney 3.
Yep.
Well, he had 3 albums titled McCartney. Is that the deal?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think he recorded this one last year.
Go to the website.
Yeah. He doesn't need the promotion.
McCartney.
Yeah, it's a cool record.
And there.
That just came out, so I haven't heard it yet, but I thought that was really. It's always good to see a Beatle putting out some new stuff, right?
Well, it's good that they're all still going.
Yes.
What I don't know. He's almost 80 now, but yeah,
It's got to be up there. Yeah.
it's great.
God bless.
What about? I'm just curious. I keep going back to 45s, just because I remember going to the store to buy 45s. Is anybody pressing those now too?
Yeah, you got everything being pressed. 45, so 7-inch to 12 inches. Primarily, a full album, because the thing about vinyl is you got time, right? That's the main thing. And on a 45, you could fit 2 songs or whatever it is.
Yeah, they used to have the adapter that you'd put on the thing, and then it would drop one record at a time. So you put a stack, and that's what 45s is what was in jukeboxes.
Oh yeah.
There's obviously with the internet, there's tons of stuff. When you look up how records are actually made, it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of resurgence in plan, pressing plants too. There's one here in Chicago.
Is there?
Yeah. It's not cheap to press vinyl for an artist, because I've done it a couple times, but it's definitely something that you can do on a small run, 1,000 records or whatever it is.
What about the equipment that you played on? I mean, there's a show, I believe it's called Exponent Convention, that comes to Chicago, and people are spending thousands of dollars on speakers, turntables, and all that.
Yeah, it's just like anything else. You're going to have the high end kind of buyer or collector that spends anywhere from a few $1,000s on just a needle to play the vinyl. Audiophiles are.
But that doesn't have to be. You could experience the good quality of.
Oh, absolutely.
Of vinyl.
We sell turntables here. You can get into it for $50 to $100, and just play some records and get you going.
Nice. Well, maybe we'll come back to the vinyl. But what are these fancy guitars you got.
Yeah, because we can't do an interview without talking about guitars, right?
That's right. What, you want a handshake or what?
Yeah.
Hey, how you
I'm just
doing?
going like this, yeah.
Hey, he talks with his hands. I'm over here now.
All right, so we got a couple V's today. We got the Jackson V, right? This is
That's
Randy.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's the Randy Rhoads model. If you guys are not familiar with Randy Rhoads, he played with Ozzy. Great guitarist, passed away. But yeah, this is his signature model in black.
You just got that in?
It's a really fast playing guitar. It's got that rock kind of thing. Yeah, we just got this one in. And I also have it.
I could be mistaken because I've been known to make a mistake once in a while.
I thought you're perfect.
No.
Here it is in white.
It's a cheap trick play guitar like that or no?
Yeah, he plays some V's. He's good, but he's a.
So yeah, I wasn't
played
wrong.
everything.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. But this is the
That's
Randy
beautiful.
Rhoads model.
That
yeah.
really is.
So, just fortunate enough to have both colors here today. Currently in shop.
And those are copies or?
Yeah, these are just Japanese made, by the same company that he.
And who made the originals? Did you say?
Jackson. This is the same.
Oh, it's
company.
always been
It's
Jackson.
just a replica of his
Okay.
guitar. For the most part. What guitarists will do, or companies will do, is come out with a signature model of a player. So this is the Randy Rhoads one right now. I also got a really cool Les Paul that I want to talk about. This is not a signature, but this is basically kind of like.
And it's a Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah, this is a replica of Gibson. This is a Japanese-made Greco, and this is Ace Frehley kind of.
I literally
style.
hear that train coming.
That's it, man. The train's always rolling through. But this is also really cool. You're gonna get your kind of 70s style Les Paul with 3 humbucker pickups, and then if you guys are familiar with Kiss, obviously, he used to have the middle one routed to where he'd put a smoke bomb in there and it'd start flaming
Is that
up.
right?
Yeah, they're drag, the whole bit. But so in Ace's original guitar, the middle pickup was fake, or it was a dummy, and he'd throw smoke bombs in there and do the whole bit with the moon. What was it, Rocky Man? What's his name? I forgot. So, but it's a pretty cool guitar. So yeah, if you're into 80s guitars, we got a ton of them right now up at the shop. Everything's changing all the time here, so you know how it is. It's like the grocery store.
Don't go changing. What about repairing guitars and stuff? You have that done here?
Yeah,
too?
we have one of the best techs around. His name's Dan. Shout out. We do all kinds of repairs, from a simple restring to headstock repairs, fretwork. He'll make it play like butter.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah,
He says play like butter. I say play like virgin olive oil.
That's right. Either one, we're good. So yeah, you can come see Dan anytime up here. We're open, obviously 24 hours on the website. That's where we get all the new vinyl too. And we do.
Yeah, how does that work? Do people? Everybody thinks they got things that are worth $1 million. People bring records in and
Yeah, absolutely.
they contact you.
We buy records. You can find information for that online, but we buy all types of stuff. And a majority of everybody thinks their items are
Valuable.
Yeah, of course, but it's hit or miss.
Okay, and it would be obviously apparent, but I think you should point it out. Mint condition or good condition is better, right? I mean, somebody bringing a
Yeah,
scratch
I mean,
down, it's
you've
no
got
good to you.
condition's a huge thing for us here. I mean, everything we carry is in great shape. So we have everything from new, sealed from the distributor, to used, but the used is very, because you don't want to scratch up record. It's going to sound like not good.
Oh yeah, there was nothing worse than a skipper.
I'm telling you, yeah. And some of these, a lot of people, records were neglected for a long time. You throw them in a box, throw them in the basement floods. Now you got Dad's Led Zeppelin records all worked out. But yeah, we're always buying vinyl, guitars, everything.
I think you're a great testimony or example of what's going on with, if you want to call it commerce, but you're brick and mortar, but you're big online too.
Yeah, correct. I think there's been a shift, obviously within the past year of online or brick and mortar stores kind of converting online, and we kind of started basically online primarily. And I do think that's kind of the way to go as far as the future. I mean, accessibility is just endless. So everything, our catalog online is over 1 million records that we can get, and just
And what's a big website that you use for instruments is Reverb?
Yeah, Reverb's great. You know, Revolution Music Company is our website, and that's where you could find all our guitars and inventory and vinyl. For resale, you know, we're on Reverb, of course, and we do some eBay as well. Um, you know, anywhere you can kind of get the consumers, great. But
And what else we offer here? Lessons?
yeah, we have great music teacher. We offer lessons from any age. It's a one-on-one lessons for the most part. So I like to tell, you know, our lessons, I don't want to keep them too strict and firm, because when I started playing guitar, I wanted to learn some songs. So I tell our teacher to kind of mix it up. And
Yeah. It's true. I mean, playing guitar is it's something that's like golf. I mean, you can do it forever, you know, and it's a hobby. It's they do say music is like math, where it's formulas. I like the bell on that train, but
yep, train.
they call Louis train. This is train.
Yeah, but you know, and then also once we usually have some live performances as well in the shop.
Well, do you?
Yeah. So from time to time, you know, you just gotta pop in. It's a great spot, surrounded by musicians. Everybody's in here always playing around, you know, either
Good
talking about
synergy.
music, talking about it or playing it. But yeah, I mean, I love it.
Any other favorite albums that you?
Yeah. Well, the new Willie Nelson album came out, so he's doing a
There's
bunch
another
of
guy still
he's doing a
putting
bunch
them
of
out.
Sinatra stuff on this one, which is really cool. Yeah, he's still cooking, man. I love Willie. I think I saw him once, a long time ago. You ever see him live?
I did. I saw
Have
him
you
at it was either Poplar Creek or Alpine Valley, one of the two.
Yeah, I think I did too. Was it? Wow.
I don't think you were born when I saw him.
I can't believe he still plays. Speaking of guitars and music, man, Trigger. That's his signature guitar. And I heard they take that apart and put it together every time.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like
If that's true or not, but
no, there's a documentary about it, about him having that same guitar, and there's certain holes in it that they work around it and they rebuild it.
it's wild.
It is really wild. It's wild because also you should have here a replica of Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar.
I do.
So you said not on this particular one, but there's some they put the guitar through a CAT scan and they.
Yeah, a lot of Gibson and Fender and the higher name brands are really spending a lot of time with creating these signature exact model replicas. I mean, they'll get the original guitar and break it down, every little nick, every little scratch.
Every breath you take.
That's right. Yeah, put it through a CAT scan, get the exact dimension. But at the end of the day, and this is just my opinion, I mean, it'll look great, but you can't really replicate old wood.
Seasoned.
That's a good word. Well, you know about seasoning, right?
Yeah, I don't know a little bit about nothing.
It's better than
But
nothing
yeah,
about
no,
nothing.
it is true. I see what you're saying. That wood is still brand new, no matter what.
Yeah, I love vintage guitars. We carry a lot here in the shop, and there's just something about having a vintage guitar. It's everything. It's the way it sounds, the smell of it, the play of it, the playability. You got the grease from playing it
Yeah.
in those smoky bars back in the day, and
That helps build the flavor of a guitar, right?
Season.
And how about guitars? Is there any guitar that you want really bad? I mean, that you
Yeah,
are looking for, or certain ones that you do look for?
Yeah, you're always on the hunt, right? And I think, I'm getting to the age where I'm slowing down a little bit, but if I can find like an early 50s Fender Telecaster,
Yeah.
if you guys know anybody selling them, give me a call. I'm looking for a Blackguard 52, 53, 54.
For me, I'd like the well, you know more about it, the cutaway that Elvis played on the
Yeah, we were after that for a long time. We're talking about that. Well, the
the
Super
Jumbo or
Super 400 by Gibson, but you like the one, we like the one with the Florentine.
The cutaway, yeah.
The sharp. Well, they make the round one, the Venetian cut, and then the Florentine. But yeah, that guitar is pretty rare. And I guess it was Scotty Moore's, right? The story goes. Do you know
Yeah, it
the
looks
story?
like he said, "Hey, let me."
Yeah.
He said, "Let me
Yeah.
get that one."
And then he just played it, I think, on the comeback special. Was it the comeback special?
It was.
With the leather suit?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the
Basically
in the round.
turn that guitar into legendary. And they only made it for a few years, so, and super rare to find.
What Chuck Berry play?
He played a 345, which is basically just a hollow body 345 or 355, one of the ES models, but or 335. I think he kind of mixed them up. They just came out with a Chuck Berry signature as well. Beautiful guitar.
I know one of the famous guitars I always wanted them. Kind of when I saw it and played it, it was George Harrison's Country Gentleman. I think it was called Country Gentleman.
Yeah, Gretsch.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great guitars too. And I think he played earlier Gretsch, the Duo Jet, which was kind of like a Les Paul. It was black. One of my favorite George Harrison guitars is the one he played on the rooftop of the Apple recording studio. Is basically their last concert.
Is that not a Strat?
It was a Telecaster.
Telecaster.
But the thing that sets that apart is it was rosewood, all solid rosewood. Fender made it for him, and I think they made a Strat all rosewood for Jimi Hendrix.
What's the other one that I'm thinking of? The SG.
Yeah.
That's like the double.
Yeah, I don't have one here right. Actually, I think I do. I have one on the wall. Yeah, that's made by Gibson. That's got the two cutaways. Really cool guitar. I'm a big Gibson and Fender guy, so it's kind of my.
And Gibson's made back at. What was it? There was it them that left. They were making them in Korea or something, and the company came back here.
No, Gibson's always been made here in Kalamazoo, and then they I think they closed that factory down. They're still made in the U.S.
That'd be a cool tour, huh?
Yeah, I heard Hard Rock Hotels is buying that whole building.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's true or not, but I read something like that. But yeah, I'd like to check that out. I'd like to check Martin out too, and it's up northeast, and then Fender, California.
Any drums? Any interest with?
No, not really.
Beat it.
That's right, beat it. I'm just not a drummer. We have,
I want to take drum lessons.
I can't sell stuff I don't know nothing about, right?
I know, but it's just kind of interesting. You have a little bit of everything. So.
Yeah, we get, we mix it up here, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What about ukulele? I see you got a couple of those.
Yeah, we carry ukuleles, harmonicas, a bunch of different kind of smaller instruments, but nothing.
What about what do you recommend for guitars? I mean, the same thing, kind of. The condition matters on the value of the guitar, but when you do have them, they're not cheap, but just take care of them. Yeah, keep them in the case.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially right now with the temperature kind of fluctuating, you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping it in the case, maybe humidified, or you can leave it out. I leave my guitars out at the house just because they're so nice to look at.
They're a piece of art.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Plus, they inspire you to pick them up once in a while and play.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like I said, that's nothing that's going to damage the guitar unless you put it in extreme temperatures. But that's why we have a great repair, or kind of a tune-up. Think of it as a tune-up. Where put new strings on it, kind of adjust it, get it just right, and then you want an easy playing guitar at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to fight with it.
It's your tools, right? I mean,
that's right.
The better tools you have, the better job you can do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's Revolution Guitars. And where do we to go on?
Yeah, you can check us out online.
The website.
Yeah, you can check us out online at www.revolutionmusicccompany.com. We've got all the guitars up there, as well as information about repairs, and a wide selection of vinyl, new and used. It's everything you want. We've got it. So yeah, check us out, revolutionmusicccompany.com, or you can come by and check us out in Elmhurst and visit our showroom.
Concrete, brick and mortar.
That's right.
I'm just here to look at the brick and the mortar. All right. Well, thanks for watching. The Busy Guy. Hopefully, we're back. We'll start doing more shows. And thanks to people like Carlo for being on, and thanks to Mark, big time, for producing the show. All right. Thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao for now. I'm a busy guy. I gotta go. Bye.
Where are you going?
I gotta leave. I can't take this no more.
All right.